They're holding back the wave. Look at the people run as the pump trucks try to keep them safe. That guy right there. He is taking a picture, rubbing his neck. Wow. He is really blogging about this right now. Let me tell you, man, that's a really bad idea. Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. After the last slight flooding issues, it appears that Briarwood Square has recovered from the disaster. We have some abandoned homes, but I think people are going to move in rather quickly. But with that, let's get started on expanding our residential. It has actually been a bit of time between the last time we expanded the forest district out, and we have a whole lot of residential and commercial demand. So let's expand. Let's get very fancy lanes or roads, and I guess a road is just a bunch of lanes. There we go, that looks pretty good. However, we are not going to be able to fit. Oh shoot, this is going to be an issue. I'll figure it out, I guess. It's gonna be fine. We want this district to be independent of the other one. But what we can do is we can make this just connect across like here. And then, actually no, that's kind of dumb, because we can just connect it there. This should honestly all be low density roads, and then I can take advantage of this here, wrap around this railroad lane. We're trying to savor as much space as possible. We're starting to hit that point where we have all of this nice land, but other than this, we have a whole lot of mountains. We don't have a lot of room. Okay, so now that that is all set up, let's get our diagonal lines across, or not diagonal, just our straight lines, our non-curvy lines across. So all of the lines. Ba-doo-doo, do-do-do-do, do-do. We're getting there. A few more. 1, 2, and now we just make a quick cross section of the whole thing, or we do what it lets us do. There may be limitations to what we can do without it freaking out, but let's do as much as we can. There we are, that looks pretty good. And then right here we will make more blocks. I think that looks pretty good. We're kind of avoiding this. Oh, look at that, we did it. Okay, beautiful. And now we're just going to zone all of the commercial, which is going to separate the residential from the other residential. And then finally we add our residential, which we can actually just use this tool here to get all of it, minus a tiny bit that we missed. Jeez, I'm doing a horrible job at getting the bits I missed. Horrible job. There we go. I think we're all good now. I am just hoping I didn't accidentally zone any of this. That looks fine. Okay, so now we have a new district. Let's go ahead and see what it names it. The Moore district. Okay, so this district here is going to have a few incoming and outgoing highway connections, of course. See, the way we're doing things now with these strategic highway connections is actually working very, very well. This is keeping the traffic actually manageable by having these branches of highway going throughout the entire thing. It is a good design, which I can't say very often. Usually I have terrible designs. And then at the same time, we can have a little inlet here that crosses through the train. Very nice. And we can have a few ways to cross from one of these districts into the other. Have them here and here. And there we go. Mostly autonomous. The district is on its own for the most part, which makes us so that if one district starts having serious issues, we can take care of it, and the other districts are safe from said issues. Our school availability seems to be pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and get some of our water under control. Man, our residential demand is skyrocketing. Well, our population is... Why is our population dropping? Okay, so we have a slight drop in population. I don't know if this is due to... Is it staying, like... Where are we losing that many people? 1,000 people. I don't know. Our population just really tanked there for a second. That's kind of worrying. It must be the Cloverleaf district? I have no clue where everyone's leaving from. Oh well, it can't be too bad. Although we have a whole lot of ambulances rushing throughout the city. So maybe we're just hitting a death wave. That could be the issue. How many sick people do we have? Oh, 1,800. Jeez. That may explain it. The population is going back up again anyways. Get a little bit worried when we have numbers like negative 500. That's a little bit dramatic. Oh. No, we're having power issues. And flooding. Huh. The dam water actually seems to be lower than it's supposed to be. And there seems to be a little bit of wave. I wonder if this is from the, what just happened recently, the meteor? It seems to be a little bit off-balanced again. I don't know if that's just like a wave that we didn't see before. Is that going to pose a threat to the dam district? Well, first off, this electricity issue is going to bankrupt us. So thankfully, we did make these backup power generators in the past. So let's get the city back online. Okay, it appears everyone now has power again. But what is going on? How tall? That's a big wave. Okay, so we are actually going to have to find a viable option to deal with this wave. That's a really big wave. Can the dam hold that? We can't have the dam break again. The dam seems to be holding up. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. What we're going to worry about is the people who are going to get hit by this wave. Ooh, that's a lot of water pouring over. Does that go towards the city at all? No. Okay, so the emergency waterway is still functioning. That's a lot of water going over the dam. That's actually slightly worrying. As long as the dam is holding, the dam isn't generating power right. Well, it's generating some. Seems to be back. How do we keep the people in the dam district safe from this? That's a lot of water. Dump truck. We could try the old method, although this may just make a mess, but we can't just let people die. So we are going to dig a really big hole under where the water is. It's going to cause the wave to fall. Like that. And it's going to cause a little bit of a bump still, but it's going to kill a lot of the velocity it had. It's not going to go over the buildings anymore. We do actually have emergency shelters in the dam district, don't we? Yes, we do. We should actually start evacuating people right now. We should have been doing that a little while ago. Go, 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 go! Run, man! Run, 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 run! Little green man, run! I believe in you. Oh, he's getting carried by the water. Oh boy, that's a lot of water. Thankfully, we did that little trick there, which is going to keep any of the buildings from really collapsing from this. The wave isn't high enough, but that's a lot of flooding. That's going to impact our population. We are evacuating people. This is now a very serious situation. But not enough people are actually evacuating in time. That's a lot of water. It looks normal to me. Okay, how are we gonna deal with this? We can't... I mean, we can break the back. But I wonder if it's just going to stabilize itself. I don't think this is the, time to really freak out about it. More realistically... Oh, the water's pouring over the edge. That's bad. We're going to have quite a bit of flooding in Sterling Park in the Belmont District and Briarwood Square once again if this continues. Because of that, let's actually invest in some real security for the people in Briarwood Square. They don't really have many options when it comes to evacuation, so let's make some evacuation routes. I think we made some in Sterling Park. We're going to have to... flooding may actually reach this area too in Concord Heights. I'm not saying that we're going to actually evacuate the city. I'm just saying, just in case this doesn't go well, because last time you guys yelled at me that I should have been much more careful when there were issues with the dam, because I did not... I just assumed that nothing was going to go wrong, because it didn't seem like anything was going to go wrong, and then everything went wrong. So better be safe than sorry. I personally think that the city's going to be fine. I mean, there's a little bit of overflow, but we had a little bit of overflow last episode. If anything, the dam district is going to be kind of wiped out again. But this happens occasionally. The poor dam district. Do we have anyone in these? Oh, we actually got 1,000 people into this shelter. Actually, more than 1,000. They're still going into the shelter. So, yes, we did manage to save 133. We did manage to save a bit of the population. We do have some flooding that's going towards the Dale Park in Ore Hills. Okay, so now it's time to do some crisis management. The water level seems to be fine, but the dam is outputting way more water than is usual. I'm not sure if the dam can hold up at that rate, but we need to start outflowing water immediately. Which means we're going to have to break the train line a little bit. Shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want it to be that thick of a wall. There we go, looking good. And now that it's a bit larger, that should let out a whole lot more water and keep our people safe. Oh shoot, it's flooded, so I can't actually do that, but now I probably can because this game is weird. Yep. Okay. So now that we're outflowing some more water, we should be able to get things under control. We're outflowing a lot more water now. The dam is letting out way too much water. This is not safe. We're going to do an emergency redirection of the water because we've had an issue like this in the past. And the smartest thing to do is just, this is our normal thing here, so we can keep that so that we know where to put it. But we're going to cut this off. Like I said, Concord Heights now has a viable option to keep themselves safe, so I feel a lot better about pushing the water in that direction. I'm sure they don't like it very much, but you know, sometimes you gotta do things for the safety of the many. So this is going to direct the water down in that direction. The population seems to be evening out. What's the dam district at? 5,800. Okay. So the dam district is recovering very quickly from this, which is good. It looks like the flooding is over. We can rebuild things. We're going to let people out of the shelters, get that tax money back so that we can fund other repairs throughout the city, because this is a lot of water we're dealing with, even with this extra outflow. Which this extra outflow is pretty brutal, honestly. It's causing our large pumping stations to have issues. We're gonna flood the entire map at this rate. Jeez. Okay, so it looks like we really triggered something to go off when that meteor hit. That meteor is causing us a whole lot of problems. And to get the water level a little bit lower, we can also move the water pumps over here, where A, they're safe, and B, they're pulling some water out. Oh, another wave. Oh, these are scary. It doesn't look like it's going to actually hurt anyone. That's the goal. Don't get people hurt or killed. Keep them nice and happy. Okay, it looks like our repairs are all through. We have a little bit of water. Obviously, this area is going to start to drop. And this water is actually being very, very well... Oh, I did not think about that at all. Yeah, that's another district that should really have some sort of shelter, and we're going to put it down towards the end that is not going to get hit by water. But we don't need a large evacuation system for this one. This is pretty simple. And let's put it on the right side of the road. So if it's on the right side of the road, we can do this. Yes, there we go. We go like this, and this, and this, and this. And then here we can turn around and come back. Wow, that's a pretty ridiculous route, but okay, good enough. They should be evacuating right now. Go, 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 go. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Because there's a lot of water coming their way. The population of the Belmont district is pretty low, so I am not going to freak out a ton over this. But, you know, we should keep the people safe. It is our responsibility to keep as many people safe as possible. We are having a little bit of overflow, but it's not nearly as bad as it would have been. Most of it is being channeled out. It looks like the dam area is once again stable with this extra throughput. Dam district is back at 9,000 population. The flood trucks are working hard to keep the water out. Yep, they are working very hard, actually. They're doing a great job. As expected, we do have some flooding. Oh, shoot. Once again, I put this where the water was going to hit first. That's just bad design. So we're going to move that to over here. right next to the emergency thingy. That actually makes sense. Okay, so where really needs the buses? Far away areas where it's hard to walk. So we're gonna go like this. There we go. And we are going to evacuate immediately. We have 14,000 people. We have room for 10,000 now. A lot of them are actually going to make it before the water hits. So I think that's going to work. We'll put another one down if there isn't enough room in that one, but knowing City Skylines, that's going to be fine. Okay, water level hasn't yet reached a level here where I'm super worried. Sterling Park and stuff seems to be safe. This seems to be working. We are actually slowly flooding the map, though. Like, the entire map is starting to fill up with water, which means this must be pushing out much, much more water than before. It's actually kind of worrying. If it decides to speed up anymore, we're going to have serious problems. It looks like we've awakened the geyser or something. It looks like the output of the dam is back to normal. But the amount of water that's already been pushed out is pretty high. There's the flooding. That was expected. How are we doing? We have 2,000. Okay, so we actually didn't do too badly when it came to timing for this one. We're at 3,000. We got a lot of people out of the city. All these people would have been completely drowned, so... Oh, they're working. Oh, the pump trucks are working to give them extra time. They're holding back the wave. Look at the people run as the pump trucks try to keep them safe. That guy right there. He is taking a picture, rubbing his neck. Wow. He is really blogging about this right now. Let me tell you, man, that's a really bad idea. You are really risking your life right now. Oh God, and he just got run over. Wow. That was pretty intense, I'll be honest. This is why you don't get addicted to your phones, guys. You never know when there will be a tsunami and you'll just be paying attention to your phone and then get run over by a car before then getting covered in water from the tsunami. It's a common problem these days, you know? Okay, so we have about 7,000 people safe, and I think things are now back to normal. We're gonna wait it out, though, because we still have some flooded areas, I don't want to mess around with. Wow. Get off the bridge! Don't go further onto the bridge! That's a horrible idea. That right there is just a horrible idea. Okay, so now that all of that is set up... Oh, jeez. Okay, so we've got dead bodies. We've got dead bodies. But it appears to be fine, so we're gonna release the citizens. So I think we have just managed to pretty successfully save a whole lot of people in our city. Of course, it took a bit of micromanagement, but that was quite the disaster. Our population only dropped by 2,000 after it. The dam district seems to be recovering rather quickly. The only issue is that I don't really know what caused that. It looks like the water's still pretty high on the dam. I don't like that. I don't like how much... Is it getting too high again? There's flooding, but I don't know if it's because the dam's water level is actually too high. Is the water level actually rising? It seems to be fine. Then again, it is higher than normal. And this is ridiculous. This is like Niagara Falls now. It's absolutely absurd. Oil Hills is just going on with its business. It doesn't even care. The oil is being pumped, and that's all that matters to them. Sending out a whole lot of oil. But honestly, this is an interesting problem. So now that this is all set, I think we can bring down this barrier. Yeah. Now this is actually higher. So let's go ahead and knock it down. It's like the Berlin Wall. It's gonna fall. Communism doesn't work. The end. Okay, so just a little bit more. And now these are being reconnected. It's going to cause a little bit of a wave, but hopefully nothing too bad. The water level over here seems to have stabilized. Man. Lots of micromanagement. But look at this. The Mora district, now at 4,000 population, is keeping our city in the green. Because apparently we're losing people at other areas. Look at all the people coming into the city. It's so nice. There should honestly be a way to just walk from here to here. That should really be a thing, so I'm going to do it. Let's make a few walkways. Beautiful. There's one. Where else should we be able to go? We should be able to go from here to the office area. Quick way to get to work. And it looks like the inter-district travel isn't getting too clogged up. So I think we're fine. Is there anything else we can really do? No, everything seems to be working really well, actually. I'm very happy with how this Moore district has come out. I like how you can kind of tell that the districts are separate. They're all kind of shaped differently. You can really tell where they're apart, but they work together. This is a massive area. There is quite a bit of potential in this one kind of peninsula part. I know it's not a peninsula, but it's surrounded on three sides by water, but very, very small amount of water. But it holds so many people now. We're holding 16,000, 22,000, 27,000 people. So I guess that's not that many. I mean, New Yam holds way more than that, and New Yam is quite a bit smaller. But this area hasn't really grown up yet. That's why, because we only have like 9 out of 9 households in each building over here. Over here, we've got like 35, 25, 95. So once this area starts getting high-rises like this, we're going to really see the area pull up. And I think the problem is that the land value is just so low. 56 compared to 71. What is the difference? It's got to be these fancy buildings. Maybe we can add some fancy buildings over here. We can add the Statue of Liberty. But that doesn't... I don't want things that don't really fit the city. Let's see if there's anything that really... Ooh, Meteorite Park. I feel like that should actually go right here. We're going to put that right here because the meteor actually hit right here. So we're going to put it right there. A fragment of the meteor that hit. That's a pretty nice building, but it's a little bit too big. It'll stand out far too much. I wish that the buildings could be bigger in this game. They're very small for city buildings. Transport tower is pretty cool. But I don't know if we can really fit it anywhere. We don't have much room. But we can fix that by making slight incisions into our city, and like that. Yeah, that. Now we have a very fancy transport tower. I'm hoping it's not too noisy. It's slightly noisy, but it's not that bad. Not even close to as bad as that train station. Obviously, the trees help out with that. Maybe we can get a little bit of tourism in the area. It's always good. Are there any other big buildings we can put in the area that would just raise the land value a bit? Ooh, a very nice mall that makes a lot of people happy. But we'd have to position it pretty... Oh, what if we put it right across from the, train station? That's actually not a bad idea. If we put it right here. Oh, shoot. So close. But I know how we can make this work. If we get rid of this road and make it a straight road, it'll give us a little bit of extra space. That little bit of extra space. There we are. And then we have this massive mall area now. And what we can do is we can get rid of this, and we can zone this all residential. Fancy. No, we have a very nice mall, although we've displaced a lot of people. But they'll find new homes. A lot of them are actually going into the train station to go to other parts of the city. There's just so much open real estate that I guess anyone can really find a new home in this city. How bad is the noise from this? Barely noticeable. Even the roads, or just this industrial district, are much noisier than that. Or the massive international airport, which is so noisy it's killing people. Let's rezone this right here. This is just too intense. These areas are just too close to the airport and stuff. It's dangerous for their health. Instead, we're gonna zone some commercial right across there. People are actually very heavily using this walkway, which makes me very happy. It goes straight to this train station or to the international airport. It's so useful. Looks like we have some people going that way. And then it looks like some people are actually just going to come right over here. Oh, that's so cool. Let's see how many people are using this walkway to get to work. Not a ton, but a few. As long as people are using it, I'm happy. People are using these walkways. It's all good. It's all progress. The Moore District is now at 6,000. We're back at 190,000 population. The Forest District's doing well. Let's see what the value's at. 55. Barely went up. These are very close to upgrading, though. It would just take a tiny bit to push them. Oh, a university. That would probably do it. So let's put a very fancy... a science facility. Let's put a science facility right... Where's a good spot? Kind of in between everything. This district, and this district. I think that right there would actually be good across from the water. So we're gonna actually make this a big block here, and then if we do this, what do you mean space already occupied? Oh, it's a book bank. There we go. And now if we put this here, very nice. Okay, look at that. It's a massive university. And this university is going to convince a whole lot of people to upgrade their buildings. We have a little bit of free area behind it too. Look at all the people upgrading. Now, the only downside to an area like this, opposed to Sterling Park, is that Sterling Park has such a nice central park. There are so many different things you can do. There's so many people. And it's just a massive forested area, which probably really helps with air quality as well. You don't really have, I mean, there's this massive area with a ton of industry over here too, which I think we're actually going to de-zone this because, like, maybe not. Local businesses may need that. Let's quickly turn these off. We don't need them anymore. They cost a lot of money as well. This is making enough power again. Things are going pretty well, but this area doesn't really have a nice forested area like that. We have this, like, right here. Small little slivers, but it's not comparable. But you know what, we could actually put a little park there if we try. Let's go ahead and we'll do this. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. Oh, come on. Come on. I believe in you. Okay, that's gonna be good enough. And then, if we go to parks, can we put parks on the edge of this? Oh, we can't. Oh, that would have been so nice. But I do know there's a little trick. I think we can actually connect roads directly to that. Yes, we can. And if we do a dirt road, then we can do that. I don't want it to be a dirt road, actually. I want it to be a nice walkway. So there's such a nice... that's really nice. I like it. Okay. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little park on it. It's a nice park. That one doesn't fit. That does fit perfectly. There we go. So at least there's like a little nature park thing in the area. It's really small compared to the rest of it, but you know what, we can actually expand this to make it so that you have like somewhere to take a walk down, and then we can put some trees. We go into here, some trees. We can just very nicely put a little bit of a forest here. It's a little sliver of nature. But you know what? It's better than nothing. I actually quite like it. It gives the city some character. I don't know. It looks good. So we're going to keep it there. So out of everything, we're doing pretty well. I mean, especially considering that we haven't had any problems related to being cut off from the outside world. We're doing very, very well with that. Public transport is being used like crazy. 5,000 per week, but the railroads are actually being used quite often. Oh, look at that. Oh, massive buildings all over the place. They're upgrading, and that causes the value to go up. As they upgrade, it causes the buildings around them to want to upgrade. It's causing a huge spike in population. This is exciting. This entire area is going to be massive soon. New EM is still sending out our overlords to maintain compliance in the population. But things are currently looking pretty good. I'm very happy with how the city is holding up. It looks like we have actually flooded like the entire it's going over this. It's actually the water level here is actually rising. But we're not going to worry about that. That's not a problem. That is not something to worry about. We are not flooding this entire map. We've accidentally created an ocean. Whoops. Well, it's not really our fault. We couldn't have done anything about it. Why are there 3 people still in that shelter? I don't understand. Oh, this area must have been flooded again. Boop. 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 Oh boy, looking at the budget, we spend so much money on trains. Oh wow, that's a lot of money on trains. We spend so much, but we also make so much, so it's okay. And we have a death wave. Death waves are always pretty painful. We have a lot of patients at the hospital. How is our healthcare? It's pretty actually good in the new areas, better than in other areas. Even New Yim is having some healthcare issues. Looks like the standards of living are going up in the entire city though, as there is over twice the capacity than is needed. Our healthcare is the same. That's what I thought I was talking about in the first place, but that's good too. Average health is at 72%. The low health areas are a tiny bit in the Corgi district, a lot in New Yam. We have serious health problems in New Yam, and it's all caused by the amount of noise in this area, and so we're just going to de-zone a little bit of this, switch it to commercial, get rid of the worst area for that. Man, the death wave is really spreading across the city with our death care having a bit of trouble. How much death care do we have? Oh, we have no death care over here. Okay, let's get some good death care. So the destination thing is actually really good. But we're going to plop it right there. That's probably going to raise the value a bit more. Oh, that's what people wanted. They're all upgrading now. Yes, we did it. We did it. Okay, good. Hopefully they actually deal with the death care problem as well. They're sending out futuristic cars. How exciting. Do the dead people disappear if the building upgrades? Because this may be an amazing solution to that problem that I didn't even expect. Oh, this one holds 93 households. Yeah, the population is about to jump quite a bit. It's going to drop a bit as everyone moves out for the upgrades, but then after they upgrade, the population is just going to explode. The city is growing vertically. And look how nice the roads are. We have such large roads and complex roadways that go out to the airport area. And we have such a nice little path now to get here. Everything looks so good in New Vooperis. It's almost too good to be true. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.